everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Katie, and today I am doing a book review on Beyond Ivy Walls by Rachel Fordham. So thank you to JustReadTours actually for sending me a copy of this book to read and review with you. And I was just so excited when I got accepted to do this review and Instagram tour because I do absolutely love Rachel Fordham, and I was really hoping to love this one as much as I did the first book I read by Rachel Fordham, and this was so good. It was so good. I wish I filmed my reactions reading this book because it was just everything I love in a book. It had my favorite, which I guess I would say that's probably my favorite type of hero is, I don't know if you would consider him like the tortured hero or just, I don't know, just feels like he is unlovable, but then he finds someone who truly loves him for himself. And my favorite examples are Beauty and the Beast, Rigoletto, and Phantom of the Opera. And all three of those reminded me of this book, or this book reminded me of those. And I was just so enthralled by this book. I could not put it down once I got into it. I was like, this is so bingeable. It was lighthearted in a lot of the parts. There was some more heavier themes going on because of course we have the tortured soul hero who had a lot of things in his past and in his family. And I really truly love this book. So in this one, it's 1903, and we're following Otis and Sadie. And Sadie is trying to find a job in town. So she finds a job in a feather dusting factory, which I thought was a pretty neat job to incorporate into a book. But we have her, and she's trying to earn money to send back to her family who lives out of the town because her father is not doing well. He was in an accident. And so she finds herself not being able to find a place to live because the place she was living at bumped up the rent and she couldn't afford it. So she ends up staying in this abandoned warehouse. And this abandoned warehouse is actually owned by the guy who lives in the manor next door to the factory that she is supposedly living in for now. And his name is Otis. And so he ends up finding her. Well, his dog finds her. It's a really cute meet cute moment. I really loved it. And Otis is the prodigal son. He comes back from pretty much being outcasted from his family, and all his family has now passed away, supposedly. So he goes back home, and he is really hesitant. He doesn't want anybody knowing he's home. He's supposedly a really famous composer, but he comes back home. He doesn't want anybody to know. There's something really secret about his identity, or, what does he look like? How come nobody knows when he's coming home or whatever? So she ends up meeting him, and they form a bond together. And I just really love the relationship and just the way she sees him. You can definitely see the influence of Beauty and the Beast in this story. I've already recommended this book to somebody at my church the other day. I was like, you have to read this. It is so good. And if you like Beauty and the Beast retellings, you need to read this book. The romance was one of the best that I've ever read. The romance was so sweet. As I said, I really loved that. I love that Beauty and the Beast style love story. Just how a woman, can look past all the scars and all the past and just see the man standing in front of her and see the good in him. And I just love that. And I loved Otis, just his heart. He had the best heart. I loved his character. And yes, he was a little gruff around the edges, but you will understand why when you read the book. But I absolutely loved it. I think it's a fantastic read. It's a contender for my favorite of the year. I'm just saying that right now. It's so good. So I hope you pick up this book. I will link it down below where you can purchase it for you all. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all in the next video.